This morning when I came out and did the cow's water, I noticed that Icicle's nipples looked a lot more swollen than they did yesterday.
Yeah.
Almost how like Chris was describing.
Yeah.
And her behind looked a lot more swollen than it did yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've come back out this afternoon and she's got discharge coming out of her vag.
Oh.
Ooh, I know, right? I think it might be time for a baby!
Oh, exciting.
So,
Definitely sounds promising.
sounds promising! Where do you want to move her to?
We'll suppose back down paddock.
Okay. Is she going to be there by herself?
No, we'll put Annie in the cross with her.
Alright. But also, if the days are going to start getting warmer, she might want a bit of shelter for a baby.
Look at those trees down the back.
Yeah. Alright, well I might see what I can do. It's blowing a gale out here as per bloody usual.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Alright, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Alright, so I think the only way I'm going to be able to separate the other cows from Icicle will be to try and move the other cows back to their original paddock. Right now they're actually strip grazing. If I am able to get the other cows down to the other paddock, chances are Icicle's going to be taking her time, because the other cows will run down if I've got hay and they'll want to go in and I'll feed them into the other paddock. But because Icicle's really slow at the moment, the other cows will beat her to it. Then I can come back up and then hopefully lead Icicle to the paddock where she'll deliver her baby. All right, let's do it.
Honey, I got what you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it?
Are you coming, Mama?
Can you feel me?
That's a good girl. Come on.
Oh, can you handle it? Right? Do you want it? Don't put your love on hold. I can't take it anymore. Put your love on me now. Trust me and you will see. Oh, honey, I got what you want. Honey, I got what you need.
Normally when you're moving cows in together from separate herds, there's usually a little bit of a standoff. So it's like a bit of a headbutt thing happening, basically a fight. Basically to work out who's gonna be the top dog of their new herd. It's happened every single time we've moved cows that haven't been together in together. It looks really, it's just aggressive. It's just really full on. And I think because, you know, they're both pregnant, it just adds that extra bit of like, oh God, please don't, because they headbutt each other really bloody hard. And most of the time they're headbutting at their head, but sometimes I'll headbutt them in the guts, and that's just what happens. When I moved Beauty into the paddock that I just moved Icicle to, that's exactly what happened. Is it friends? Yay for friends. Hello guys. So it has been about 5 days since we recorded the start of this video, and we still have no babies yet.
No babies.
No babies, but last time I thought her udder looked pretty big. It's now blown up a hell of a lot more than what it was last week. And her back end is like even more droopier and just puffy and almost like saggy looking. Looks like she's ready to push something out of it. But yeah, still no baby just yet. Just feels like every day we come out, her udder and her behind's getting bigger and sort of softer looking. So surely we haven't got much longer.
Well, we thought that last weekend. So it's been a week.
Alright, fingers crossed for tomorrow. If not, I'm going in. And I'm gonna pull that thing out.
I'd like to see that.
Alright, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey mama. Hey everybody, welcome back. So it has finally happened. We have been waiting for weeks for our first calf for this year, and overnight Icicle has delivered. Not sure of the sex yet, but it's looking very healthy. I've seen it walking, I've seen it nuzzling around the udder. I'm not sure if it's fed yet, but it's definitely been under there. Mum's doing well, she's eating. This is one benefit of these low-lying cattle, is that they're very calm, docile. Even with this mum, newborn calf, probably only a few hours old, and I'm sitting within a metre of this calf with mum just there. And before mum was up the other end of the paddock doing some eating, and I was able to come over and pat the calf. So just goes to show how good these cows are and how much they trust us. It's such a wonderful thing. Anyway, enough of my ugly mug, let's get back to the calf. Just got to be wary obviously with the mums, but as you can see I was just patting the baby then, and Icicle's not too concerned. I'm just going to be move a little bit closer. Just want to be careful though. She's still a little bit crusty from the afterbirth, etc. Got a few flies hanging around her, or him. So I can't tell the sex yet. But everything looks normal. A little girl, a boy. Hoping it's a girl. This is our first calf actually bred on the property. So the ones last year, the mums we bought, which were already in calf. So these ones were conceived here on the property. Father of this one is Norman. So yes, all doing well. Hey mama. Hopefully she's going to take it down the trees later because it's going to get quite hot today. It's around 37, 38 degrees. There's a good clump of trees right down the back, so hopefully she takes her down there and chills out. Scotty can't wait to see this, I'm sure. He'll be so excited. So this afternoon, I'm sure we'll add on to this video with some stuff from Scott and Reese.
Queenslanders have sweltered through another day of hot weather. Parts of the state reaching well above 40 degrees.
It is so hot, isn't it? Certainly working up a sweat at the blast by Toyota Brisbane. Paramedics on high alert for heat-related illness sufferers.
The public needs to assist us by obviously staying hydrated, wearing a hat, staying out of the sun during the hot periods. Don't do anything strenuous.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either.
I don't know if I can talk about it. So guys, you've probably seen the footage of the calf this morning. Unfortunately, we've come out this afternoon and it's passed away. We presume because of the heat. It's been a really hot day here today, up around 38 degrees. When I left this morning, I tried herding them down to the trees, but they went. It didn't really work. I just thought maybe that Mum would take her down there, but she didn't. She succumbed to the heat.
In our part of Australia at the moment, we are having, it's like a heat wave that it's going over like 4 or 5 days. And it's unfortunate that Icicle had her baby during this heat wave. Obviously we didn't think that this was going to happen. And I think because we obviously we don't have that much experience really, but I still feel like we could have like come out sooner or physically tried to move her. But when you've got cows that have had babies for the first time, you don't really know how they're going to react to you being around their cow, like their baby. So even if we were to pick it up, she could have got really angry and tried to do something. If we had have had like a portable shelter or something, then we could have moved that over the top of her. But you know, we just assume because the paddock that she's in has got a lot of tree coverage down the back part of it, that she would have tried to move her baby down there, but she just didn't.
We have to expect that not every calf will survive, and that all we can do is put things into place to try and prevent these things from happening. Now we've got to work out what to do with Icicle. Obviously she's got another foot of milk, so I'm going to have to contact some of my friends and work out what the best strategy is. And,
it's not the same as having like a dairy cow, because if she was a dairy cow, then obviously we would just try and we could milk her, and that would alleviate get rid of some of her milk. But she's not a dairy cow, and she's never been milked before. She's never had a baby before. This is her first baby, and if that milk just sits there, she's probably going to end up with like mastitis or some type of infection from not relieving the milk. The only other thing that I thought that we could do is try and find another baby and see if she'll take that other baby on, but there's a chance that she might not take that baby on, and then we're stuck with a baby cow that we don't really need or necessarily want. So another thing that could happen is if we're expecting like 4 more babies, we should have had 5, but obviously because this one hasn't made it, then maybe one of the other mum's babies would feed off of her as well, and they just sort of, the baby would just tag team the mum, just feed off of her as well. But we don't know how long that's going to be.
Yeah, I can't, just looking at the others, it doesn't look like anyone's due the next week or so, so.
No. If you guys have any tips or suggestions as to what we could do so that she doesn't get sick, or for just her, I don't know, for her to sort of get used to it not being alive and her not having a baby. We are going to leave the baby in the paddock with her until tomorrow, and then we'll look at burying it somewhere. But I think when a calf dies, you're supposed to leave the baby with the mum so that she knows that it's dead. Anyway, not the way I wanted this video to end, but it is something that has happened, and I really didn't want to share it.
But we have to look on, learn from this, and start making some sort of plans for what we're going to do for the others when they come, because chances are it's going to be just as hot.
We're not even in summer yet.
So you have to come up with some sort of plan and build something better quickly, and hopefully we won't have to have this problem again.
Anyway, thought we would share that with you. You know, homesteading is a beautiful thing, but sometimes it is a really shitty thing to experience. I think the biggest thing that we'll probably take away from it is just not sort of leaving it, making sure that it definitely drinks, and if it is too hot, then make sure that we've got things there for it. I don't know if you can set up like misters or just maybe more portable like shelter, but yeah. Anyway, this channel is going to be the good, the bad and the ugly, and unfortunately this time it was a bad one. Anyway, hasn't been a fantastic day on the homestead, but we will see you guys later.
Bye.